Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK. Back at you with another video here. Trading on the Thursday Night Showdown slate between the Jets and the Ravens. A couple things before I get into the video. If you're new to the channel, my name's DK. I make daily videos here talking about NBA DFS as well as NFL DFS. I'm also running a weekly giveaway in this channel. How it works, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That is one entry into the giveaway. Max one comment though per video. So it starts with my Monday Night Showdown video that I uploaded at the beginning of the week. We'll go throughout the week. We'll end my Monday Night Showdown video at the end of the week. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you enter the giveaway that many times. So if I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you enter the giveaway 10 times. And the winner receives $20 PayPal for myself. But with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. So this Showdown slate, right, pretty ugly. Jets, Ravens. Definitely some blowout risk here, but let's look at it. So Jets Ravens right now sitting at a 16.5 point spread. Baltimore is favored by 45.5 over under. So let's take a look at some snap counts here for both teams, and then we can look at the prices. But yeah, running back situation. Le'Veon's gonna be back, so I think he's gonna be back in his normal workflow of playing most of the game. Bilal Powell is out, so Ty Montgomery will be the direct backup there. As far as wide receivers go, Robbie Anderson, Jamison Crowder, both getting a majority of the snaps. Robbie Anderson 93 the last game, Jamison Crowder 79%. Demaryius Thomas is doubtful for this game, so a guy like Vincent Smith should probably get extended run here. He played in 49% of snaps. I think he takes over as the number 3 guy. As far as the tight end goes for the Jets, Ryan Griffin is out for this one, so a guy like Daniel Brown played 87% of snaps. We can look to him as a value guy. As far as the Ravens goes, the Ravens are always a tricky team to kind of dissect for these showdown sites. Lamar Jackson, he is questionable, but he expects to play in this one. Obviously, if he can't go, Robert Griffin becomes a great play, but I really think Lamar Jackson's going to be good to go. The running back situation, Ingram's always a guy that's never going to play huge snaps, about 50% or so. Gus Edwards will get about 30%, maybe a little bit more if the game blows out. And the same thing with Justice Hill, gets about 10 to 15%, and obviously if this game turns into a blowout, maybe he gets a little bit more run. As far as the wide receivers go, they run basically a 4-man wide receiver core with Willie Snead, Seth Roberts, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Miles Boykin. So obviously Marquise Hollywood Brown of these 4 has the most upside. He played in 72% of snaps last game. Willie Snead's, they've been going a bit up and down, but he's normally a guy that gets around 50 to 60%. Seth Roberts, normally a guy that gets around 50%, and then Miles Boykin like 30 to 40% of the snaps. As far as the tight end situation goes, so Mark Andrews left that game early, only played 15% of snaps. He's currently listed as questionable. If he can't go, obviously Nick Boyle gets a boost, same with Hayden Hurst. All in all, though, Baltimore does like running 2 tight end sets a lot. So let's try and break down this ugly slate. Let's look at the prices here. So at the top is Lamar Jackson at 13.8K. Again, he's listed as questionable. He thinks he's going to be good to go, though. If he's good to go, he obviously is the safest option, right? He's like a running back and a quarterback combined. He's the guy that has the highest floor out of anyone by far, and obviously he's the highest price guy. But I'll talk about some value guys here in a bit where I think you can fit him in, take some shots at some cheap guys to get Lamar Jackson in. You could get really risky and fade him. I think Lamar's going to be super high owned if he plays. Again, you could take a stand and hopefully maybe the game blows out, maybe Lamar has an off night, but I think he stands out obviously as the safest play here at 13.8K. Mark Ingram at 10.4. I don't know if I want to do it. He's only a guy that's going to get about 50% of the snaps, and Lamar Jackson keeps it himself a lot, and they do utilize 2 other backs. So yeah, 10.4K kind of feels like a lot. There's also again the potential of a blowout. Maybe he gets limited snaps. So I'm not super high on a guy like Mark Ingram. Sam Darnold at 9.8. It's a tougher spot here on the road. The Ravens are favored by 17 points, so it should be good game script for the Jets, right? They should be playing from behind. Darnold is obviously the riskier of the 2 options at quarterback. I think again it's good. It's going to be good game script, but it's a really tough matchup. Le'Veon Bell going to be back. I think he gets his normal workload, like around 80% of snaps or so. He's a guy that they utilize a lot in the passing game. Now, the Jets' offensive line has been really bad, so and it's a tougher matchup. So I don't think he has huge upside, but he's in play at this price. Robbie Anderson had a pretty good game the last time out. Had 7 catches and 11 targets, over 100 yards. Again, the Jets should be playing from behind in this one. But 9K kind of feels like a lot to pay for Robbie Anderson. Mark Andrews, again, he's currently listed as questionable. If he can't go, Hayden Hurst and what's his name? Hayden Hurst and Nick Boyle would get a boost. Mark Andrews himself, even when he's healthy, he never plays huge snaps, but he is a guy that, when he's out there, he's normally running a lot of routes. So, and that's something we have to keep an eye on. 8.4K. My best guess is they probably hold him out. Again, Baltimore favored by 17 points. I don't think there's a point really to risk have him re-aggravating that knee injury. Hollywood Brown, so he has the most upside of the receivers, but he's 8.2K, right? He's kind of had a couple bad games. He did have that one good game against the Rams. He's a guy that's a little bit boom or bust, right? So he's a risky option at that price. Jamison Crowder, so he's had a couple off games. The targets have been there, 9 and 7 targets, but not really converting them into catches, which is surprising. Normally he runs, he's out of the slot. He'll run the short routes. Again, this is a game the Jets should be putting from behind in, so I might prefer Jamison Crowder to Robbie Anderson. I think Robbie Anderson's going to be a lot higher owned, but I might prefer Jamison Crowder for, about $1,000 less, and I think he's going to come in a lot lower owned. Let's see. Again, Robert Griffin III, I think, if Lamar Jackson misses, you obviously look to him. He would probably become the best play there at 6K if Lamar gets ruled out. The Ravens D, very much in play here at 5.8K. They're huge favorites at home. Sorry about that. Normally I'm not huge on playing the defenses in the showdown sites, but this is a spot where I am 100% considering the Ravens here. The Jets have been a mess offensively, bad O-line. The Ravens play, aggressive defense. They blitz a lot. So I have a good amount of interest there in the Ravens D at 5.8K. Again, Demaryius Thomas is doubtful. Willie Snead at 5K. So now we're getting into, the secondary kind of Baltimore guys where you can take shots on these guys, right? Like Snead is never a guy that's going to get, big numbers, but he can get you 10 fantasy points to 15 on the high end in a good day. Gus Edwards is an interesting play here. So he was a guy that would get extended if the game turns into a blowout. Him and Justice Hill. So you could play that aspect and hope the game blows out and hope he gets a little extended run. I don't hate that idea. Let's see, Boyle, him and Hurst would get a boost if Mark Andrews can't go. Now Boyle's normally out there for blocking purposes, but he is a guy that can catch a couple balls. Hayden Hurst, again, would get a boost if Mark Andrews isn't able to go. So I would consider these guys if Andrews gets ruled out. The two kickers, definitely would prefer the Baltimore one here, and Justin Tucker, just because they're 17-point favorites. They should score more points. No Bilal Powell, so Montgomery should be the backup. He's also questionable as well. Could be in for a big workload if he gets ruled out for Le'Veon. Maybe they play him close to the whole game. Jets D at 2.8, probably not for me on the road against Baltimore. Baltimore has been pretty good offensively, so I don't think I want to go with the Jets there. No Ryan Griffin. So Daniel Brown played huge amount of snaps that last game. Don't know a whole lot about him, but at 2K, you can take a shot here. You got to take some shots at some cheap guys if you want to get like a Lamar Jackson in your lineup. So I think he's a viable option at 2K. Let's see. Seth Roberts at 1.8K, another one of those Ravens receivers where you can take a shot, right? You're not going to feel great. Josh Adams, he would be a guy that, if Ty Montgomery gets ruled out too, he would be the backup at 1K. Maybe gets like 20 to 30% of snaps. You could look there if Montgomery gets ruled out. Let's see. Vincent Smith here at $600. He stands out as a decent play in my opinion because Demaryius Thomas is doubtful, right? He played 49% of the snaps last time out. So I would definitely consider him there if Thomas gets ruled out. I think the snaps go up, and he's at $600. He, this is a game the Jets should be putting behind in. So I think he stands out as a pretty decent value play there. Boykin, another one of those, dart throws, right? He hasn't had to catch the past couple of games, but he has been playing. He at least has been out on the field, right? 38 and 30% of the snaps. But I think that is it. Berrios maybe gets a little bit of run here if Demaryius Thomas gets ruled out. I think Vincent Smith is probably the direct beneficiary. Justice Hill as well, right? You could take a shot there possibly if you think this game blows out, which there is a chance. He maybe gets a couple more, rush attempts. But that's what I got here for players and their prices. So let's talk about captain spot here. At the captain spot, I think Lamar Jackson is going to be really popular. He's obviously the safest option, right? If you plug him in the captain spot, though, it somewhat handicaps your lineup. Only 5.8K remaining, so you would have to take some shots on some of those cheaper guys. Other options I'm considering for the captain spot, the Jets guys are very contrarian, right? They're 17-point underdogs, so taking a shot on like a Le'Veon Bell or one of the receivers with Crowder and Anderson is a viable option, but it's a lot riskier. Let's see. You could always take a shot on one of those cheap guys, like I said, like or like a Vincent Smith if Demaryius Thomas gets ruled out, maybe Daniel Brown, maybe one of those cheap Baltimore guys, maybe one of the tight ends if Mark Andrews gets ruled out. But all in all, really, I think it's pointing to Lamar Jackson at the captain spot. I just think he stands out as a really safe option. Mark Ingram, again, I'm not super high on him just because we know he's not going to play huge snaps no matter what. Other than one of those Jets guys, as a riskier option for the captain spot. But yeah, normally, like I said, for quarterbacks, I normally don't consider them for captain spot, but when they have rushing upside like Lamar Jackson, they're definitely in play. So, if you play Lamar Jackson, I actually don't think you have to have correlation. Normally, I always say that if you play quarterback in captain spot, make sure you get some correlation, but he's a guy that can get you like a couple touchdowns on the ground and not necessarily have to play wide receiver. So, I think he's obviously the safest option. If you want to get risky, again, one of those Jets guys. If you want to get super risky, right, you could take a shot on one of these tight ends. Hopefully they get in the end zone with Hurst or Boyle. You could also, take a shot on one of those really cheap Jets guys like Brown or Vincent Smith. That should be good game script, right? If you throw like Vincent Smith in the captain spot, that's 9.8K remaining. You throw Lamar in there, 8.8K. You can basically get whoever else you want in your lineup, so that's always an option too. But, I think that is basically it. So, guys, I will be actually out of town here in the next few days. I will not be able to upload videos or live stream. I will be back Monday, so I'll have videos up again starting for the Tuesday slates for NBA and going into the next week. So I do apologize for not, I won't be able to have videos or live streams up. But, if you guys are interested in NBA, I did already upload my video for the main slate for Thursday, the 4-game slate. But thanks again for coming and checking out the video, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys in a few days.